now. All right. So we're going into ViciDial and we are setting up a new campaign. Don't need this right now. Just keep it nice and large. All right. This is for debt validation, campaign ID. Nice thing about Vici, they tell you exactly what is expected. 2 to 8 characters in length. All right, active. You can actually choose what kind of on hold music you want. I've only got one now, but we'll save some others later. Web form, not necessary. Allow closers, yes. Minimum hopper level, typically about 200 is usually safe. And then you can auto adjust that to exactly what you want. Auto dial level 1.5 is always like a good minimum. And then seemed to me. Oh, what did you have before? Do you remember?
As far as next agent call?
Yep. I usually do. I like to do the one that's not, the one that gets the fewest calls. So that way it's like an even disbursement.
Next agent calls? What do you mean by that? Oh, no, I got it. I don't know. This is a test we're setting up, right? We're doing a
Okay.
test one.
So based
You
off
you
my
could put even
experience, that seemed to be
you could
best.
put even like test debt validation. That we know it's a test. Right here, campaign name.
I'd rather not just fill the list with too many things. We can always edit it later.
Like the campaign name. You know that campaign name right there. The test debt validation is why we know this campaign name is a test. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but we're gonna test it and we're just gonna keep testing it until it's perfect, and then we'll still have things to do later. I don't see the point in making like a multiple campaigns when we really just need 2 for now.
Because we're testing. And then get call launch, script, web form. This is cool because this also provides you with chatting on the website. That option to chat on the website with this.
Yep.
For free.
Many
All right.
integrations.
All right, cool, man. So can I log into this with you on here as well?
No.
Oh, because I got to control her computer, right? That's the only way you can log in.
Right. Just tell me
So
what you want done.
right. But nobody. I'm trying to understand this though. So nobody. Why does it work that way where you can log in from outside?
For security purposes.
Okay. Um, okay. Allow inbound and blended. So let's go back up here. Cool.
Stuff
All
we
right.
already did.
Allow inbound and blended. Allow closures. So what's this allow closures?
That means there's different, whatchamacallit? Yeah, so you can send the call to a closer. In which case there's like actual reporting, like done, so that.
Okay, great. Yep. Yep. Dial status 1. View added dial status call. List order randomized, list order secondary, least mix, lead filter.
I'll show you what down count means. Oh, we actually took care of that with the other. Yeah, so it's in unison. Okay. Definitely don't want to randomize. The second thing to do after the starting with the one that gets dialed the least. Seems like the best deal is yeah, so that way you can do the oldest of the ones that have been counted. Like let's say you've dialed all of your leads at least twice. That's the lowest amount that any one of them has been dialed. Well, for all the ones that have been dialed 2 times, it dials the oldest ones first. So that's lead ascend. So we do that one. That makes sense for this secondary list order. I didn't do anything here. This is pretty much the way it was when I copied it over from another campaign. Actually, we can even do that too. We can go back to the campaign's main. We can copy over another one.
So the campaign ID, can't copy the campaign. Why do you do copy the campaign?
Oh, so you can see what the defaults are.
Oh, well, yeah, it's fine. We're recording this, so. Oh, you mean in a copy? They like download it or something, or it'll email it to you?
No, you get all of the same exact settings.
Yeah, and in a list form, so you can choose them again.
They're put right in there, so you can change it from what they are.
Oh, you can just change the copy.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Good.
So all admin user groups. You can see these two are blank. Allow closers is yes. Allow inbound blended is actually no for this particular one. Because you can have specific agents set up for inbound, which usually works best, so it doesn't just go to a queue of like 50 people. It goes to a queue of closers who are ready to take those inbound calls and close the people who already want in.
Gotcha. I got it, dude.
All right, so call count limit 0, call count target is 3. We can actually just zoom down here and actually see what that means.
I don't know. It's a closed room, dude. And then the air quality that comes in here is dog shit. So it may be a good thing the visa's only for 2 months. I think I wouldn't even go like, oh, New York is only like a 12-hour flight. You heard, Robert? You fly directly from Delhi?
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's only like 12 hours
On the way
from
back?
Delhi. Yeah, well, the only reason why I was like 15, we had that layover in Russia. Well, it was like 17 and a half because of the layover, but Yeah, the layover. That was literally it. But we didn't get here sooner because we had like a 17-hour delay in Delhi.
Right.
'Cause we just didn't have internet access, like straight up. Like they take your fingerprint for a fucking SIM card in this country, dude.
Oh
No
man.
joke. You gotta get a passport photo too,
How about
because of
that's crazy.
terrorism. Terrorism.
Oh, I see. That makes
So you,
sense.
so you can't get a fucking like how you could do in the States, walk and get a SIM. So we had like literally canvas Delhi, found a fucking finance mutual company, and then the guy was nice enough to let us use his internet, and then that's how we got to Calcutta.
Wow. That's intense.
Yeah.
Good thing you went there. You got there when there was business hours.
Because if we had internet, we would have been able to just like been on the 7:30 flight, and we would have saved $100.
Oh, I bet. Because you could have just done it from the comfort of your thumbs, from your phone.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's all good. We're here, man.
Amen.
But these are things you're gonna be prepared for, you know, because you
Yeah,
know
before the trip.
we're already giving you the inside scoop, so you know. Oh, I gotta get a visa. Oh, I gotta order a SIM card before I head over there,
There's a
because you
tool
could
for
get
guys like you called Trailblazers.
because you could get an international SIM card, like a prepaid one that'll work. You could order it from there, you know. Take care of that.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because they'll take your passport information, they'll take your picture, whatnot, and they'll send it to you in the mail. It's good to go.
hmm So obviously we want it to be ratio. The auto dial level 8, it's pretty much halfway to where it would be the max. You can leave it right there. Adapt override, that basically means it's instead of just being power dialer, it also is a predictive dialer. So it can adjust to how many people are picking up at any given time. And you can do it by waiting agents. That means how many people are waiting as opposed to how many people are logged in, so that it's I think that's a more accurate number. What do you think, Mike?
Auto dial level threshold.
Yeah, so it basically means what are you basing the progressive dialer on? The algorithm, it's like what are you basing the number that the algorithm is going to be changing for? Is it going to be the number of logged in agents? Is it going to be the number of agents that are not on pause? Or is it going to be the number of agents that are waiting? Honestly, I can't see why we would want to do logged in agents if most of them are actually on a call. We want to know how many agents are actually ready to take a call, which is a waiting agent. Because otherwise you could have your auto dial level at 8, and you could have like 20 people and it's making 160 dials, and you only have 2 people available. So much better to have 16 people being dialed than 160.
So let's Google. Let's Google what other people recommend. Let's do our homework on this part. You know, auto dial level threshold and auto dial level on Google. You know, let's see what other people like, what the pros are doing out there, like how they play around with this. You know,
Okay, yeah,
this
i'll
sounds like
i'll do
something
some research and
worth
I'll
doing homework on.
yeah, I agree. So we're not going to do it here, but I'm just going over what these options are.
Yeah, but the good going on, like on understanding this. We just need to know like what the pros are doing, because I don't know like if call tools gave me this setting.
No, they definitely don't. Most dialers don't give you even a quarter of these settings.
Like this gives you like full. This is like manual driving.
Yeah. like when you're in India.
Oh, you're gonna have your little surprises, Robert, when you come here. This is in New Hyde Park, Long Island.
Not expecting it to be.
This ain't even, man. You're gonna feel like
We're
Santiago
not in Kansas anymore.
was like Miami. Actually, where we were staying was nicer than Miami.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts of Miami that are pretty fucking crazy and cutthroat.
There's some dog shit parts of Miami.
Yep. So, all right.
Well,
So, available only tally threshold. It's a similar concept. Like I think weighting agents is better to categorize it on. And basically, in this particular feature, you're just looking to see how many, at what point for the dialer to actually go up. So this one is the threshold, is like the top level of how high it can be, and this is the bottom level of how low it can be.
okay.
So it may as well be the same exact number, at least for now, until otherwise proven false. Drop percentage limit. The industry maxim is like 8%. On another campaign, it was actually 8%. 3 is pretty darn low, but that also makes sure that we're not actually burning leads too. So 3 is a great number.
Again, let's just do our homework on this part.
I understand. I'm just
This
explaining
is
what all this stuff means, and
this
then
is
when
good.
I go back through it and I show you, what's going on actually with the industry and what people have said about all these different settings, then it'll make a little bit more sense the second time through.
No, because I get it. Like I get it, dude. Bro, I'm really smart. You know,
Uh-huh.
I graduated college with a 3.69 GPA, and I learned really quick.
So then you wanted me to go through this and explain the system. I thought
No, no,
you actually
no.
had the formula and you were going to show me what exactly you and Joel had done to make this really awesome.
So, so what we did was this. So not only was these settings, because it was really call tools that did it, but it was the following.
Call tools is
Call,
not VC.
listen, it was matching, call area code matching. So we had all the numbers for the states we were dialing, right?
Oh, you
That's
don't even
one.
have to go through that. This actually matches by state.
So that's one. Two, the next thing you need is uh, is the what else you need the list. You got to partition it. So the way that we got massive results was by partitioning it by time zone. So you have like your whole list is each list that you upload is by time zone, and then each list is campaign, and then you turn it on,
Oh,
and
that's
then
what I'm trying to say though, is that you don't actually have to do that with Vici because of the way that it separates it by state. Like no matter what state it's in, it's going to recognize that state is designated for Eastern Standard Time, Central Standard Time,
right. But what I'm
Pacific.
so what you're saying is like when you load the list, the VG just separates it by state, and it's gonna just kick in the numbers. It's gonna kick it into dial immediately by East, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, as soon as it turns 9 o'clock, only the Eastern Standard Time ones are dialed based on state.
Okay, so then what about this though? Um, what about when you have what? All right, so what about when it's like 12 p.m.? It's gonna dial all four. What is it gonna dial?
Yeah, it's going to dial Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. It won't be dialing Hawaii or
Because
Alaska.
I think what no, not I think, this is what I know we ought to do. Um, make 4 campaigns and do it by east, western, whatever. By time zone, and then there's got to be either program the dialer to kick in list specific times, or somebody got to manage it, because Joel was managing it, turning them off, turning it on, different campaigns. So like Eastern was dialed from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Then it was turned off, right? Like that's it. That Eastern was not dialed anymore. No Eastern numbers. Then
I
from
know. I have
11
it.
a.m.
I know what you mean.
Hear me out, bro. Then from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. it was like Central and Mountain, and but that's it. Once 12 kicked in, then it was only Pacific. So with VG, if we can program the list to be dialed at specific time intervals, then we do it as such. If not, then somebody's got to be managing that.
Yeah, there's probably a way to automate it, like you said, so that if we've already pre-sorted, worst comes to worst, we just pre-sort the list, and then
Yeah.
exactly at 9 a.m. And you could even see that, when I first started the campaign, that I had the option of
And
which
that was huge. That was game
call
changer,
time.
Robert. That was game changer,
It's
dog.
absolutely necessary.
We
Yeah.
were getting 22, 30 docs every week. Just this simple formula. And then, so that's part of the recipe. So you got the area code matching, right? That's number one. Number two, list partitioning, and and uh, and dialing like time zone dial management, and that's two. And then three, you definitely want to have the outcomes of the dispositions triggered, as like specific events. The dialer and the agent needs to know how to you know manage their own workflow as a result of it. So that's three. And then another big thing that we did when Joel was on staff and was getting us results is everybody knew how to transfer the call. Like everybody had a command of that. There was like constant practice on call transferring and three-way calling. Um, so that's four. That's what everybody needs to learn and have command of that. Feel very comfortable doing three-way calling and call back management. That's all. Those 4 points. And then the data. If it's half good, and we implement these tips and tricks, we're gonna get good results.
Yeah, definitely. That was one of the biggest problems, actually, was the calls weren't being transferred right. So people are going to hang up if, one, people are not opening the phone correctly, and two, if when they go to transfer the call, they're like, okay, just hang on, I'll be right back. Like that doesn't fucking cut it. You got to
Yeah,
say, yeah, please enjoy the hold music while I get my senior guy on the phone so he can really explain everything to you. Done.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then you
That's it.
confirm and wait for them to say, yeah, okay, fine, I'll be right here, before you just click. It's simple, but most people need to be trained how to do that, and that's fine. That's the whole point of the training. We got this. We're gonna have amazing success. It's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much success that you're gonna have trouble believing it's happening. You're gonna be pinching yourself every day to know it's true, wondering if it's real.
Exactly.
Um, you already are.
You wouldn't believe what they were paying me. You won't believe what they're paying me now.
You already are. You already are in cloud nine. That's why you're thinking with the wrong head. That's why you can't keep your focus. Nah, I'm just fucking with you, man. Good job, dude. All right, dude. So let's. I mean, you have the formula now. You know exactly what it is, right? And you
Hmm.
have the call. You have this call recorded. So you just need to make a sample campaign with some data and just show me. show me what you got. I'll go ahead and make I'll review the call outcomes now, and then I'll go ahead and I'll reconnect with you in like 30 minutes, and then go over it with you. What time is it right now? 7:20. Yeah, I'll give you a call back at 7:40, 7:50. Cool.
Yeah, even if it's 8, just make sure that you gotta. I mean, it's pretty simple. Only a few of them are we gonna need, but a good majority of them are actually directly from that part of lead me to the money, where you're actually looking at the lead. Like this guy, Carlos. So if we just do a quick search for Carlos.
Do they have call outcomes already in there?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. So you just look at this, and then they have them partitioned into interested, maybe, and take off the list. So you'll see that that's how I've chosen to separate everything, just so it's easier to know what is actually here and what I've added, as well as stuff that should, because if you have it in, the actual wording from Vici should be nearly identical to over here, if we're going to keep any of that stuff, so that it automatically dispositions it based off of what we do in Vici, because it's perfectly integrated, because Vici integrates with so many different systems.
Got it.
All right, so check you later. 20 minutes.
All right. Oh, 30. 30, okay?
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. 30. See you
Later,
then.
bro.